the city would come to a standstill if the urban poor were pushed out.
In fascism, they want to industrialize this business of getting rid of the undesirables.
Whether it's Adani, whether it's anybody else, and there's the whole story of how Adani got the contract in the first place, which obviously was a way of maneuvering, the bids. But even now, he's demanding all this additional land, which is nothing else but land grab, because the whole point of redeveloping Dharavi was to let people who live there stay there. Gradually, a lot of people will be told you're not entitled to live in Dharavi, but we'll give you some other accommodation on rental away from Dharavi. And then it'll be almost like a greenfield project, because they can remove vast tracts of land with where there are settlements already, and then they'll develop it for whatever.
So now these people who have been cut off, so to speak, the proposal is to take these cut off people and dump them right in the middle of Deonar.
All over the world, it is clear that you cannot build housing on dump sites, even if they have not had anything more dumped on them for several decades. It takes many decades for them to be actually clear of the toxins that are there. Leave alone Deonar, there's Mulund, there's the salt pans. The salt pans are essential for Bombay because ecologically they are the ones that prevent the flooding, because they take the water, when the sea surges. Just like mangroves. So if you remove salt pans or you fill them as they're planning to do, you are actually creating a situation for more flooding.
So the 80s, right? You're talking about participation in the workforce, domestic violence and rape.
It was issue-based, and it was very clear that the connection was between not just the individual woman who'd been raped, but also the larger system of justice. And therefore, this demand for a change in the rape laws. So it was that broader thing of looking at how do you deal with our society, where a woman, especially if she's poor and a tribal woman, as in the case of Mathura, that you have no chance at all to succeed under existing laws. To me, that 80s were like the golden period for the media. I think emergency was such a shock that I think even journalists who had not thought the importance of freedom of expression that we are entitled to in this country, I think woke up to the fact that this is what we ought to be doing. It's the kind of role the media can play in a democracy to keep these kind of issues center, because they see it also as an important part of what they're doing as media, which again sounds strange in the situation we are in today. 92 just came on us, and suddenly you have to wake up to the fact that this is the reality now in India, whether we like it or not. Babri Masjid, I think for all of us journalists, is something that will remain as, a black day, the day we actually saw this happening before our eyes.